report says we are at stage 4, paragraph page 294. Okay, and our last headword was, were you in the classroom last lesson? 294. Okay, let me just scroll down. Okay, here we go. Ready? First
Yes, I will.
question. Were you in the classroom last lesson? Were you in the classroom last lesson? Yes, I
Hmm?
was
The
in
what?
the classroom
Classroom.
last lesson.
Last question.
Greg, how old were you 3 years ago? How old were you 3 years ago? I was
About 9
years old three
years old.
years ago.
Hmm?
3 years ago.
3 years old.
Very good. Was I here 4 weeks ago? Was I here 4 weeks ago? Yes, you were
Eh?
here
You were here
4 weeks ago.
few weeks ago.
Very good. What day was it yesterday? What day was it yesterday? It was
It was
Thursday yesterday.
Thursday. Yesterday.
Very good. Were we in this room last week? Were we in this room last week? Yes, we were
Yes, we were
in this room
in this room
last week.
last week.
Very good. Were they here 2 lessons ago? Were they here 2 lessons ago? Yes, they
Yes,
were here
they were here
2 lessons ago.
2 lessons ago.
Very good. Who was Kate with yesterday afternoon? Who was Kate with yesterday afternoon? Kate was
It was
with Sophie
with Sophie
yesterday afternoon.
yesterday afternoon.
Very good. Where were Charlie and Dan yesterday afternoon? Where were Charlie and Dan yesterday afternoon? Charlie and Dan
Jerry and Dan
were at a party
were at a party
yesterday afternoon.
yesterday afternoon.
Very good. What was your favorite toy when you were very small? What was your favorite toy when you were very small? My favorite toy
My favorite toy
when I was very
when I was
small
very small
was,
was
what's your favorite toy? A toy car, a toy truck,
uh,
Nintendo Switch when you were small, a teddy bear, stuffed toy,
uh,
a ball,
teddy,
what?
stuff
A stuffed
stuff
toy,
stuff toy.
like a teddy bear, right? Okay,
Oh,
very good. Okay, next is the road between here and is the road between Tokyo and Chiba long? Is the road between Tokyo and Chiba long? Yes, the road
the road
between Tokyo
between Tokyo
and Chiba
and Chiba
is long.
is wrong.
Very good. Okay, which generally has shops in it, a road or a street? Which generally has shops in it, a road or a street? A street
A story
generally has
January 4
shops in it.
shopping it.
Reagan, do you live in a road or a street? Do you live in a road or a street? I live in a
I live in a
street.
three
Very good. Which is noisier, a road in the countryside or a busy street in a town? Which is noisier, a road in the countryside or a busy street in a town? A busy street
a busy
in a
street
town
in a town
is noisier than a
is
road
is a road
in the countryside.
in the countryside.
Very good. Next, what's another word for middle? What's another word for middle? Another word
Another word
for middle
for middle
is center.
is center.
Very good. Okay, next. What happens at the end of the day at school? What happens at the end of the day at school? At the end
Hmm?
of a day. At the end
At the end
of a day at
of
school.
the day
At school,
of school,
all the children
all the tours
go home.
go home.
Very good. When something funny happens, what do people do? When something funny happens, what do people do? When something funny happens, When
Sorry.
something
Your voice is very uh,
very low.
low.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
low.
Let me reconnect. Okay. Okay.
Hello.
How about now?
Ah, great.
Okay. One more. What happens at the end of the day at school? What happens at the end of the day at school? At the end
At the
of
end
a day at
of the
school,
day at school,
all the children go
all the
home.
children go home.
When something funny happens, what do people do? When something funny happens, what do people do? When something
When
funny
something
happens,
funny happens,
people laugh.
people laugh.
When something bad happens, what do people sometimes say? When something bad happens, what do people sometimes say? When something bad
When
happens,
something bad happens,
people sometimes
people sometimes
say, oh dear.
say, "Oh dear."
Very good. What happens when traffic lights change from green to red? What happens when traffic lights change from green to red? When traffic lights
Control figure right.
change from
Change
green to red,
green to red.
all the cars
All the cars
stop moving.
stop moving.
Very good. Okay, so is this a wavy line? Is this a wavy line? No, it
No,
isn't a wavy
it
line.
isn't a wavy line.
It's a straight line.
It's a straight line.
Very good. What kind of line is this? What kind of line is this? It's a curly
It's
line.
a curly line.
Right? If we want to draw a very straight line on a piece of paper, what do we need? If we want to draw a very straight line on a piece of paper, what do we need? If we want to draw
If we want
a
to
very
draw
straight line
a very straight
on a
line,
piece of paper,
a piece of
we
paper,
need a ruler.
we need a ruler.
Very good. Of these four children, who's got wavy hair? Of these four children, who's got wavy hair? Of those four children,
Observe for children,
Timmy
Kimi
and Sophie
and Sophie
have got wavy hair.
have got wavy hair.
Very good. Put your hand on your heart. Put your hand on your heart, please. Is your heart on the left or right side of your body? Is your heart on the left or right hand side of your body? My heart
My heart
is on the left side
on the left side
of my body.
of my body.
Very good. Does a picture of a heart mean love or hate? Does a picture of a heart mean love or hate? A picture of
A
a heart
picture of a heart.
means love.
James Graph.
Very good. Okay. Are snails quick? Are snails quick? No.
No,
Snails aren't
snail
quick.
and quick.
They're slow.
This row.
Can snail move quickly? Can snails move quickly? No.
No,
Snails can't
snails
move quickly.
can move quickly.
They move slowly.
They move slowly.
Very good. Make a sentence with the word bad. Make a sentence with the word bad, please. Her son's homework. Her son's homework
Person's horn
is always bad.
is always but
Make a sentence with the word badly. Make a sentence with the word badly, please. Her son always does
person always does
his homework badly.
his homework better.
Very good. If you turn around quickly 5 times, can you walk in a straight line? If you turn around quickly 5 times, can you walk in a straight line? No. If
No,
I turn round
if I turn around
quickly five
quickly
times,
5 times,
I can't walk
I can't walk
in a straight line.
in a straight line.
Very good. Can birds move their wings as quickly as bees? Can birds move their wings as quickly as bees? No.
No,
Birds can't
bird
move their wings
can't move their wing
as quickly
as quickly
as a bee.
as a bee.
They move their wings
They move their wings
more slowly than
more slowly than
bees.
bees.
Very good. Try to say the alphabet very quickly. Try to say the alphabet very quickly, please. A, B, C, D,
A, B,
E, F,
C, D,
G,
E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O,
Q,
P,
R,
Q, R,
S.
S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Very good. Okay. Next, what time does our lesson start? What time does our lesson start? Our lesson starts.
Oh, lesson start
At 4 p.m.
at 4 p.m.
Very good. So if you arrive at school at quarter to six, how long must you wait? So if you arrive at school at quarter to six, quarter to four, how long must you wait? If I arrive at
If
school
I arrive at school
at quarter to four,
at to 4,
I must wait
I
15
must wait
minutes.
15 minutes.
Very good. Okay, 15 minutes you have to wait. Okay. Next. Do you like waiting? Do you like waiting? Yes or no?
No,
I don't like waiting.
I don't like waiting.
Very good. Okay. Is it fun to wait for a bus in the rain? Is it fun to wait at a bus in the rain? Yes or no? No. It isn't
Yes?
fun.
No, no, not
It
isn't
isn't
fun
fun to wait for a bus
to wait for a bus
in the rain. In the
in
rain.
a rain.
In the rain. Very good. Okay. Next. If you get to school early, what do you do? Go inside the building or wait outside in the playground? If you get to school early, what do you do? Go inside the building or wait outside in the playground? When if I get
When if
if
I
I
get
get to school early,
to school early,
early, I
I
go inside the building.
go inside the building.
Very good. Okay. Next, what's the first thing you do when you get home after school? What's the first thing you do when you get home after school? The first thing I do
First thing I do
when I go home
when I go home
after school
after school
is
is
what do you do?
um,
Eat.
or
Oh, okay, very good. Next, what does a dog do when we throw a stick in a park? What does a dog do when we throw a stick in the park? When we throw a stick
when we throw a stick
in the park,
in a park,
the dog runs
the dog runs
to the stick
to the stick
and picks it up
and picks it up
its teeth
its
and
teeth
brings it to us.
and brings it to us.
Very good. Do very old people often walk with sticks? Do very old people often walk with sticks? Yes or no?
Yes,
Very old people
very old people
often walk with stick.
often walk with sticks.
Very good. Often walk with stick. Next. Here we go. Do you ever go to school at night? Do you ever go to school at night? No, I never
No,
go
I never go
to school at night.
to school at night.
Is it warm? Is it ever warm in the South Pole in winter? Is it ever warm in the South Pole in winter? No, it's
No,
never warm
it's never warm
in the South Pole
in the South
in
Pole
winter.
in winter.
It's always cold.
It's always cold.
Very good. Okay. Does the sun ever shine during the night? Does the sun ever shine during the night? No. The
No,
sun never shines,
the sun
never
never
shines
shines
during the night.
during the night.
Very good. Do you ever sneeze? Do you ever sneeze? Yes. I
No, yes,
sometimes sneeze.
I sometimes sneeze
When I have a cold.
when I have a cold.
Very good. Okay. How often do you help your parents with the washing up? How often do you help your parents with the washing up? I help my parents
I help my parents
with the washing up
with the washing up
once a week.
once a week.
Very good. Okay, next, what's a teenager? What's a teenager? A teenager
A teenager
is a young person
is a young
between the
person
age
between the age
of 13 and
of
19.
13 and 19.
Very good. How many teenagers are there in your family? How many teenagers are there in your family? There are
There are
how many?
mm,
How many are there at 13 years old and above?
uh,
You? Nine. Oh, you're only 12, right?
sorry,
Okay, so nobody
nobody,
are teenagers
a teenager
in my family.
in my family.
Very good. Next, What's this called? What's this called? That's called a
That's called
pencil.
a pencil.
Very good. What's this part of my body called? What's this part of my body called? That part
This
of your
part
body
of your body
is your chin.
is your chin.
Very good. Is a baby dog called a puppy or a kitten? Is a baby dog called a puppy or a kitten? A baby dog
A baby dog
is called a
is
puppy.
called a puppy.
Very good. Okay, next. What's your favorite TV program called? What's your favorite TV program called? My favorite
My favorite
TV program
TV
is
program
called
is called
what? What's your
It,
favorite TV program called?
It Take You.
It Take You. Very good. What's a big building full of doctors and nurses called? What's a big building full of doctors and nurses called? A big building
A big building
full of nurses
full of
and
nurses
doctors
and doctors
are called a
are
hospital.
called hospital.
A hospital.
A hospital.
Very good. Okay, next. Name me a really big country. Name me a really big country, please. Russia
Russia
is a really big
is
country.
a very big country.
Greg, give me another example of the word really. Give me another example of the word really, please. Wow,
Wow.
your hair is
Yeah, yeah.
really wet.
It's very wet.
I'll get a towel for you.
I'll get a
A,
towel with
for
you.
for you.
For you.
Very good. Is a tiger more or less the same size as a lion? Is a tiger more or less the same size as a lion? Yes. A
Yes.
tiger
A tiger
is more or less
is more or less
the same size
the same size
as a lion.
as a lion.
Are all the kids in your class at school more or less the same age? Are all the class at school more or less the same age? Yes. All
Yes.
the kids
All the kids
in my class
in my
at
class
school
at school
are more or less
are more or less
the same age.
the same age.
Very good. Is it more or less time to have lunch? Is it more or less time to have lunch? No, it isn't.
No, it isn't
More or less time
more or less time
to have lunch.
to have lunch.
Very good. Do you get pocket money each week? Do you get pocket money each week? Yes or no? Yes.
Mm,
No?
so
Allowance.
all
Do
this,
you get allowance? Do you get pocket money each week? Does your parents give you money
no,
each week? No. No.
no,
I don't get
I don't get
pocket money
pocket money
each week.
each week.
Very good. What do you buy if you have a money? What do you buy if you have a money? I buy.
I buy
What do you buy? Food. When I have a money.
hmm?
Okay. Do parents sometimes stop a child's pocket money if the child is very naughty? Do parents sometimes stop a child's pocket money if the child is very naughty? Yes.
Yeah,
Parents sometimes
parents sometimes
stop a child's
stop a child
pocket money
pocket money
if the child
if a
is
child
very naughty.
is very naughty.
Very good. What's the opposite of the verb remember? What's the opposite of the verb remember? The opposite
The
of the
opposite.
verb remember
What's the word remember?
is forget.
It's forget.
Very good. Do you forget a lot of? Do you forget things a lot? Do you forget things a lot? Yes or no?
Mm,
No,
mm,
I don't forget
no, I don't get
things a lot.
things a lot.
Very good. Okay, next. Do you ever forget to bring your book to school with you? Do you ever forget to bring your book to school with you? Yes or no?
Mm,
Do you ever forget to bring your books at school?
mm,
No. Yes.
mm.
I
Yes,
sometimes forget
I sometimes forget
to bring my book
to bring my book
to school with me.
to school with me.
Very good. Okay, are we nearly at the end of the lesson? Are we nearly at the end of the lesson? Yes or no?
Yes,
We are nearly
we're nearly
at the end of the lesson.
at the end of the lesson.
Very good. Are you nearly tall enough to touch the top of the door? Are you nearly tall enough to touch the top of the door? Yes, I'm nearly
Yeah, I'm nearly
tall enough to
tall
touch
enough
the top
to touch a dog
of the door.
of the door.
Very good. Okay. Is it nearly your birthday? Is it nearly your birthday? Yes or no?
Yes,
It's nearly my
it's near
birthday.
my birthday.
Very good. Is it nearly time to have lunch? Is it nearly time to have lunch? No, it isn't
Yeah,
nearly.
no,
It
not even
isn't
nearly.
nearly time
It
to
isn't
have
nearly
lunch.
to time of lunch.
Very good. Was I at this school 50 years ago? Was I at this school 50 years ago? No, you
No,
weren't
we weren't
in this school
in this school
50 years ago.
50 years old
Ago. Were you here 100 years
ago.
ago? Were you here 100 years ago? No, I wasn't
No,
here.
what wasn't
Here
here
100 years ago.
100 years ago.
Was she in the corridor during the last lesson? Was she in the corridor during the last lesson? No, she
No,
wasn't
she wasn't
in the corridor
in the corridor
during the last lesson.
during the restoration.
Because she was in the room. She was in the room.
He was in the room.
Very good. Was that picture on the floor last lesson? Was that picture on the floor last lesson? No, that
No,
picture
that picture
wasn't on the floor
wasn't on the floor
last lesson.
restoration.
It's on the wall.
It's on the wall.
It was on the wall.
It was on the wall.
Very good. Were we at the North Pole yesterday? Were we at the North Pole yesterday? No, we weren't
No, we weren't
at the North Pole
at
yesterday.
the North Pole yesterday.
Very good. Were they outside in the street last lesson? Were they outside in the street last lesson? No, they weren't
No, they weren't
outside in the street
outside in the street
last lesson.
restoration.
They were inside
They were
the
inside
building.
the building.
Very good. Okay, next. What does the word fast mean? What does the word fast mean? The word fast
The word
means
fast means
the same as quick
the same as quick
or quickly.
or quickly.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. Charlie's a
Cherry,
fast runner.
a fast runner.
Charlie runs fast.
Cherry run fast.
Very good. Do you eat fast? Do you eat fast? Yes, I
Yeah,
eat fast.
I eat fast.
Of these three animals, which do you think is the fastest swimmer? A penguin, a frog, or a polar bear? Of these three animals, which do you think is the fastest swimmer? A penguin, a frog, or a polar bear? Of those three animals,
Of the three animals,
I think
I think a
which one?
penguin
Penguin is the fastest
is the
swimmer.
fastest swimmer.
Very good. Okay, next. Put your right hand over my head. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm putting my right
I'm
hand
putting my right hand
over my head.
over my head.
Very good. Where's the ceiling? Where's the ceiling? The ceiling
The ceiling
over
over
our heads.
our head.
What's over your building? What's over your building? The skies
The skies
over my building.
over my building.
Do you think you can jump over this table with both your feet together? Do you think you can jump over this table with both your feet together? Yes or no?
Yeah,
I think I
I
can jump
think I can jump
over that table
over that table
with both my feet together.
with my
Feet
feet together.
together. Very good. Okay, so let's stop there for today. Very good practice. Thank you very much. See you again.
Bye.
Okay, bye bye.